2018 marks the 30th anniversary of the last attempts to destroy Hitler's Fuhrerbunker, which was excavated by the East Germans in 1988. Berlin in early May 1945 was a city shattered by years of aerial bombing and weeks of street fighting. Now under Soviet occupation, its 2 million inhabitants eke out a precarious living among the ruins. The Nazis' government quarter witnessed some of the fiercest combat during the last stages of the battle. The once great monuments and ministries were heavily damaged. In the garden of the Reich Chancellery, Hitler's bunker remains intact. The old and new Chancellery buildings are ghostly hulks, their contents looted by the new occupiers. The bunker falls in the post-war Soviet sector of Berlin. The Red Army began a program of demolitions to remove both the ruins of the Reich Chancellery and the Fuhrerbunker. The bunker's emergency exit and ventilation tower were blown up, causing these solid concrete structures to fall over. Later they were broken up, the ruins of the Reich Chancellery carted away, and the whole area piled over with earth. The entire site became a wasteland, stuck in the no-man's land of the Berlin Wall. The old site of the Fuhrerbunker was visible from the western side of the Berlin Wall. It's the mound of grass in this photograph. In 1987, the East German government decided to redevelop the area. Plans were enacted to construct a series of prefabricated workers' flats on the old Reich Chancellery site. During preparations of the foundations for these buildings, several Nazi-era bunkers were unearthed, including Hitler's infamous bolt hole. In this photograph, and the next one, we can see the remains of Dr. Goebbels' propaganda ministry. These buildings survived the war relatively intact and were used by the East German government. In the foreground of this photograph, we can see a large Nazi-era bunker which has been unearthed. On the left in the background is Vossstrasse, with the buildings of the former Directorate General of the Reichsbahn, the German railways. The far left, the former Prussian Landrat on Leipziger Strasse. This is another shot of the former Reichsbahn Director's office on the edge of the construction site. In the foreground, the ruins are largely demolished bunkers from the new Reich Chancellery. After 38 years of being buried, the Fuhrerbunker begins to emerge once again. In this photograph, we see the demolition of the Fuhrerbunker or upper bunker. Here the bunker is prepared for final demolition. In the foreground we can see piled up interior fittings from inside the bunker. In this photograph from spring 1988 we can see the largely intact Fuhrerbunker. On the right and in the center is the older Fuhrerbunker built in 1935, and on the left the Fuhrerbunker from 1942. The background building, workers' apartments, are being constructed behind the Berlin Wall and the Reichstag. Here, rubble from the partially demolished ceiling of the Fuhrerbunker is removed in 1988. A view north of the half-demolished main section of the Fuhrerbunker in September 1988. This is at the corner of the old ministerial gardens north of the site and shows the demolition of the Fuhrerbunker. In the foreground, the hole is actually the stairwell of the western bunker exit. This is the outer wall of the Fuhrerbunker, photographed in summer 1988. An explosion occurs as the Fuhrerbunker is demolished in 1988. The roads were closed off by the Volkspolizei. The Fuhrerbunker was torn out and destroyed, but the Fuhrerbunker, the lower bunker, still exists, although its roof was removed. It's been filled in with gravel and sand, concreted over, and today forms part of the garden and parking lot for these rather grim East German houses.